I built my life like a balance sheet. No waste, no wobble, no surprises. Adrian Kane, 31, Wharton, Senior VP. The corner office on 47 with Central Park spread out like a green stock chart. My days were engineered. Peloton at 5:30, Tom Ford at 6:30, London calls by 7:15 from the back of a Mercedes. Precision was the point. Discipline was the brand. I didn't hope for outcomes. I scheduled them. Maya fit that plan like a bespoke suit. Manhattan real estate killer, sharp enough to talk derivatives, elegant enough to stop a room. Together, we were a headline, power couple rising. I proposed at my family place in the Hamptons with an 8-carat yes that caught the sunset. She cried. The world clapped. I checked the next box. There was one wild variable I never priced in. My brother, Liam. If I was the spreadsheet, Liam was the spilled drink on it. 38 leather jacket, musician who tended bar in Brooklyn, and called it a vibe. Our parents wrapped his messes in the word passion. I called it what it was, drift. But he was charming. People kept forgiving him because it was easier than expecting more. Work had me in the air. Tokyo, London, Zurich. Closing deals that shaved years off other men's careers. Maya said she understood. She was building her empire, too. Then, while I was somewhere over the Pacific, Liam texted her for investment, advice. Coffee became lunch. Lunch became late-night drinks. The contrast was a drug. My predictability versus his chaos, my calendar versus his impulse. She never blinked on our calls. She discussed floral budgets and seating charts while scheduling her next afternoon in Soho with the man wearing my last name. Red flags were there, small and neat. Liam suddenly dropping by our dinners. Maya laughing, really laughing, at his stories. The private glances they traded when they thought no one saw. I did see, but through the lens of trust. I filed it as nothing and got back to business. I booked the St. Regis. I inked a guest list that doubled as a strategic Rolodex. CEOs, senators, old money, new money. I quietly negotiated a 3-bedroom in Tribeca with a nursery we'd fill after the honeymoon. I walked construction floors and chose fixtures, imagining the life we'd live there. Then Vegas. I hadn't wanted Liam at the bachelor party. My father insisted. Family, he said, like it explained anything. The weekend was executed like a deal roadshow. Private tables, ridiculous whiskey, a suite that said, "We made it." Liam got drunk, then more drunk. In the quiet of a late poker game, he leaned in, eyes glossy. "Adrian, I can't keep it in. Maya's pregnant. It's mine." The room froze. My friends stared like they'd just witnessed a market halt. Something inside me went still, then very, very sharp. I hit him once. He went down. It wasn't clever, and it wasn't noble, but it was honest. I left him on the floor and flew home sober. By the time the car reached my building, I'd canceled everything. Venue, caterers, string quartet, flowers that had to be flown in from a farm that probably played Beethoven to the peonies. I walked into our penthouse, and it felt like a set. I started stripping the set. When Maya came in, keys still in hand, the room was glass and silence. I didn't ask questions. I told her what Liam had said and watched her face drain. Her hand went to her stomach, a reflex that told the truth better than any speech. The ring came off. 8 carats of permanence became a streak of light sailing out the 47th floor window into Manhattan night. "Get out," I said. "Take nothing of mine." By 9 a.m. the next morning, an email hit all 400 on the guest list, plus every contact that powered Maya's career. No euphemisms. Due to Maya Sinclair's infidelity with my brother, our wedding is canceled. In our world, reputation is currency. I had just devalued hers to 0. Movers boxed her life by noon. I blocked her on every device and platform. She showed up downstairs once, small and lost beneath the canopy. The doorman turned her away. I watched from 47 floors up and felt nothing. Not triumph, not grief, just the click of a door locking. Then came my parents, wrecked, pleading. Liam in the hospital with a wired jaw, a grandchild on the way. Family forgives, my father said, voice thin. I looked at the people who taught me that consequences matter and saw them begging me to suspend that rule for the one son who never had any. Family doesn't sleep with family's fiancé, I said. Family doesn't lie to your face for months. They asked me to think about Christmases, about a niece or nephew. I thought about the life they burned. I told them both to leave. The offer in Singapore had been sitting in my inbox for months. Youngest managing director in the Asia-Pac division if I said yes. I resigned on Tuesday and was wheels up Friday. Distance isn't therapy, but 12,000 miles makes a decent tourniquet. Singapore worked. It was clean, fast, future tense. Boardrooms didn't care about my history, they cared about results. I gave them results. IPOs in Shanghai, infrastructure. In KL, pharma in Tokyo. The skyline outside my 42nd floor glass was a living growth chart. The expat bar scene was full of people who'd left something behind and decided not to look back. Back in New York, the market moved on without Maya. Scandal corrodes trust, and trust is the only thing that sells seven-figure condos. Liam clocked, out to Austin, that city where failed artists call failure authenticity. My parents kept writing about healing and babies and time. I changed numbers. I changed email. I changed continents for a while. 2 years in, I bought a Marina Bay penthouse nicer than the one I'd left. No ghosts. No compromises. Art I picked because I liked it, not because it matched an aesthetic. Success is quiet when you stop performing it for anyone else. People love redemption arcs. They want the big reconciliation, the holiday table, the tearful toast. Not this story. I didn't forgive. I didn't forget. I did what I do best. I cut the loss and redeployed capital. Some men call that cold. I call it surviving. I used to think love was a plan you could execute if you were disciplined enough. Now I think love is risk exposure. You size it. You hedge it if you can. And if the asset goes toxic, you move it off your books before it takes the whole portfolio down with it. Maya and Liam, they chose chaos. My parents chose denial. I chose distance. I don't salvage what betrays me, I erase it.